Welcome back to your nightly news update, where we bring you the latest developments from around the world. Tonight, we cover Ukraine's significant advances in Russia's Kursk region, Poland's major military upgrades, a massive U.S. arms sale to Israel, and the latest on ceasefire talks in the Middle East. Stay tuned for these stories and more as we break down the news you need to know. Ukraine's advance in Russia. We start with a significant update in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has announced that Ukrainian forces have taken control of 74 settlements in Russia's Kursk border region. This is a substantial increase from just yesterday, when only 28 settlements were reported under Ukrainian control. In his evening address, President Zelensky acknowledged the challenging conditions on the front lines, but confirmed that Ukrainian forces are continuing to advance despite intense fighting. Ukraine's top military official, General Oleksandr Syrsky, also reported that Ukrainian troops have advanced between 1 and 3 kilometers in the last 24 hours. These advancements are supported by reports from the Institute for the Study of War, which contradict claims by Russian military officials. According to the ISW, Ukrainian forces appear to be making further progress in Kursk Oblast, despite Russian attempts to stabilize the situation. However, Russia's defense ministry paints a different picture, claiming that Ukraine has lost over 2,000 soldiers and numerous armored vehicles since the incursion began. As always, the situation on the ground remains fluid, with both sides experiencing heavy losses and capturing prisoners of war. We'll continue to monitor this developing story and bring you the latest updates as they come in. Poland's military boost. Turning to Europe, Poland has announced a major step in strengthening its military capabilities. The country has agreed to acquire 96 Boeing AH-64E Apache attack helicopters in a deal worth $10 billion. This acquisition is part of Poland's broader effort to modernize its military in response to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. These state-of-the-art Apache helicopters are set to replace Poland's aging fleet of Soviet-era Mi-24 helicopters, with the first deliveries expected as early as 2027. This purchase complements Poland's recent acquisition of 250 U.S.-made Abrams tanks, which are scheduled to start arriving next month. Poland has significantly increased its defense spending since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, now allocating 4% of its GDP to defense. This number is expected to rise to 5% in the coming years, making Poland one of the top military spenders in NATO. This announcement follows another major military deal with the United States, where Poland will acquire an undisclosed amount of missiles in an $850 million agreement. As Poland continues to bolster its military, it is clear that the country is preparing for any potential threats in the region. U.S. arms sale to Israel. In U.S. news, the State Department has approved a massive military sale to Israel, totaling approximately $20 billion. This sale is part of the United States' ongoing commitment to Israel's security, providing advanced military equipment to strengthen Israel's self-defense capabilities. The package includes 50 F-15IA multi-role fighter aircraft, tens of thousands of tank shells, air-to-air missiles, advanced radars, and other equipment. Boeing, General Dynamics, and RTX Corporation are the primary contractors involved in this deal, with deliveries expected to begin immediately. Despite the scale of this sale, the State Department has assured that it will not negatively impact U.S. defense readiness. The sale comes at a critical time, as tensions in the Middle East continue to rise, with ongoing conflicts and the potential for further escalation. Middle East ceasefire talks. Finally, in the Middle East, Hamas has announced that it will not participate in the ceasefire talks planned for this week. The group insists that the U.S. and its allies present a clear action plan to implement the ceasefire agreement reached last month, rather than engaging in further negotiations. Despite pushback from Israeli leaders, President Joe Biden emphasized that the ceasefire proposal remains viable and has been endorsed by the G7 and the UN Security Council. However, Hamas leaders have cited recent Israeli actions, including the assassinations of 2 top officials in Beirut and Tehran, as reasons for their refusal to participate. The ceasefire talks were initially scheduled for Thursday, focusing on a final bridging proposal. President Biden, along with Egyptian and Qatari leaders, issued a joint statement last week urging all parties to finalize the ceasefire and hostage release deal. The situation remains tense, and the outcome of these talks could have significant implications for the region. That's all for tonight's news update. Thank you for joining us. We'll continue to monitor these stories and bring you the latest developments. Stay safe, stay informed, and have a good night. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.